question. I don't know.
In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. This is your girl, REESE, aka the best that ever did it. Good morning, y'all. How y'all feeling this morning? Man, I had a very busy week last week. I am so tired. I'm running on empty. I didn't manage to finally fall asleep to 6 a.m. this morning. Your girl is tired. But I was out there shaking and moving and doing what I needed to do. Yes, it was a fun. It started a fun week. It started with Thursday at Shanklin Hall. Those are for some fantastic people. It started off there. Then it moved right on to 7 Minutes of Blackness. Yes. Anthony Oakes Croup and all that. But Patrice was hosting Friday. And then that was awesome. And then Saturday, I got the rare treat of doing Pen, the Writer's Utopia. And we talked about this baby right here. This book right here. We talked about Shades of Blue. And I gave a little insight to who the author was and what was in the author's mind when stuff was written and all that good stuff. If you guys missed it, you can go back and watch it. It's on Roku. It's on Facebook and YouTube under Penned, the Writer's Utopia. That's Penned, not PIN, but PEN, like writing pen. Oh man, that was awesome. And shout out to you Broadcast Media for having such a lovely studio, and Key to Life Publishing for treating us all like we were superstars Saturday. It was very lovely. I wish all of you could have been there. I did take some photos and pictures, of course, that I'm going to post out there later. I was with my girl, Michelle Pucciarelli. She was my ride or die for Saturday. Hell, she's been the one dragging me all this week. You know, I'm following in Pucciarelli's steps. That girl is going to get to the top. She said it. She said she was going to be famous. And I believe her because of her attitude, her personality. Michelle's hilarious. I love me some Michelle. I promise I do. I'm missing her today, but she'll be back Wednesday or Thursday. She'll be on the show sometime this week. And she'll fill you guys in like she always do. Miss Hot Mama. You know, she was setting it out there, y'all. I should have seen it. She was setting it out there. You know, but in a good way. She behaved in a good way. I was making sure she was going to behave herself. And then after Saturday, Sunday. Oh my word, Sunday at the DC Improv with Tony Woods and friends. I did not know that this was going to be a 12-hour engagement. Man, oh my gosh. And I saw all of my friends, my comedians, and it was great. Everybody, it's like everybody was there to love up and support y'all. And guess who else was there? Was supposed to be there, but he didn't make it. Dave Chappelle. He was going to be the special guest, but Dave couldn't make it. But that's okay because the house was packed. And it was full of people and all the just about every comedian from the DMV was up in that joint. We had the people from Baltimore was there, the people from West Virginia, the people from Chesapeake, Virginia, DC was rapping, Southeast was in the house. Man, it was like all over. We had La Plata represented, Waldorf represented. It was, when I say that it was a good time with Tony Woods and friends, man, oh man, it was awesome, y'all. I wish I could have been there, and I'm tired. I am so tired. And honey, I can't say you got me stuttering. I'm tired. You got me stuttering and all that good stuff. But it was an awesome time this past weekend. It was full, and I was just thinking. I was like, is this what being famous is about? I understand the work and the grind and the heart, but it is not for the faint of heart. Being in showbiz, being a rapper, being an actress, being anything in the entertainment field, I'm realizing that you are on a constant grind. You guys hear me? You are on a constant grind because if you're not doing the business, you're talking about the business, you're networking, trying to connect the business, no matter what you do. No matter if it's from standing up on the mic telling jokes, no matter if it's from producing, because everybody was talking about everything. You know, all these producers and stuff. And it's no matter what you do, it's a constant grind in entertainment. And I'm just like, wow. And it's just as busy behind the scenes as it is in front of the scenes. You know, when you got people that make you do what it do, like my man Molly. Thank you, Molly, and thank you for being with me. I understand he has to make sure he's keeping the time, make sure the connection is right, making sure I was on point, stand on. Producing is a lot more than what we fail to realize. And my boy, I give it to him because Molly not only produced for the Morning Mac show, he do the Tom Mo show, and he do several other shows. So he, you know, my hat goes out to you, Molly. I see how busy you are from actually being behind stage and all of that stuff. And even with DJing, was Slicky doing, the DJ had to be on point too at the events. The DJ had to get everybody music straight. The DJ had to know when to go in and cue in and cue out. Everything is a production, and when it comes to entertainment, it just blows my mind. Not saying that it can't be done and all of that, but I'm just saying it's some work, people. So you can't get in this business or that business and think that you're not going to work, because you're going to work. You definitely are going to work. Man, I got up here and ranting and raving. I didn't tell y'all this is Monday Madness, and I got to tell y'all what I'm mad about. You know, and like I told you last Monday, them daggone cherry blossoms. Now I'm mad because you got everything blooming and blossoming when it has good weather. You know, and it just shined a little bit Sunday, because y'all know it was a very damp and dismal weekend, and we brought the sunshine in it with us on Friday and Saturday. You know, it was still raining. Sunday, everybody and their mother is out. Sunday, acting like it's a summer day. It's still March. It's still cold. We just experienced a few days ago some 42-degree weather, and it's some 61, and you got everybody wanting to be out. And I'm looking like, why is everybody out and driving and doing all this? Go somewhere and sit down on a bench and enjoy the weather. Go somewhere and sit down and enjoy the nice sunshine. Everybody want to be out driving and people, you can't drive. I'm seeing stuff, and I can't even see that damn good. But I'm seeing cars zigzagging, coming from all the way from the right lane to make over a three highway to make a left turn, and three-lane highway to make a left turn. Crazy stuff like that. Cutting people off, and then they get mad and blow the horn. They mad because they cut you off. I'm like, woo, baby. But I was driving with Letty from the Too Fast and Furious franchise. Y'all know that. Letty Toretti, another Italian name, but she go by the name of Michelle Pucciarelli. I was just, I have to pray when I get in the car with Michelle. I have to, it's one of them prayers, like the blood of Jesus grant us traveling mercies. Make sure we get to and fro without hurting nobody and hurting ourselves. That kind of prayer. Yeah, she is definitely from New York. My girl is definitely from New York. I tell you. Woo! But well, we had a good time, like I said, and I'm glad that everybody made it safe and everything went well for everybody in all aspects this weekend. I hear that everybody had great shows this weekend. From all my friends that I've heard from, they're saying how great everything went. Just had a great show. I heard Saturday. Yogi had a great show. I heard Saturday. The Gwen Factor had a great show with Banging and Booby with Joe Claire. I heard Saturday. And Saturday was a busy day for everybody. I had a great show Saturday on Penn the Writers Utopia. And it was busy. Everybody was doing something in there. So I digress from that. Molly, do you want to say something, baby? That's my little brother. I guess not. Well, good morning.
What up, Reese?
How was your weekend? Did you see great shows this weekend?
Yeah, we had a join up George Ave, your boy Just, Marzi P, M.K, Thompson, T. Carter, and a few more artists. They had a show up there. It was a good show. It was a tie though. It was a draw. Just almost lost the belt.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, man, it was a real entertaining show. Like Marzi P, man, yeah, he brought it. They both had great songs. Tom was one of the judges. Tom Mo.
Tom Mo.
Yeah, he came through. He couldn't even pick. He was like, man, they both was good, So he got to that almost with everybody. The owner at the club, he was like, man, I can't pick. I don't know. So they're gonna do a rematch, but this one gonna be in Atlanta at King of Diamond. So they're gonna be actually at the King of Diamonds the next time they do, and that's like in another month. So just making moves, man. But it was a good gig because that's why I'm gonna be at every Saturday now. I got a Saturday spot up George Avenue, so I'm gonna be throwing comedy shows, parties, events. Anybody got a birthday party, they need a spot, Saturday, hit me up. So I'm about to start pushing it now. I just had to go see the spot, get the vibe, and see if I like it and meet the owner. So once Eagle
Okay.
introduced us and he go back to Atlanta, I'm gonna keep it going every Saturday.
Every Saturday, you have some of everything up there. That means you need me to get up there to get on the pole.
Man, you can get on the pole, the bar stool, comedy stage. You can do whatever you want. The Congos. Hey,
Oh, shucks, I'll be falling in the
entertainment,
bed.
entertainment Saturdays. We're going to have a few celebrities come through. We've been speaking to We're going to bring down from Atlanta. They're going to try to do at least one month. No, one Saturday a month. So hopefully
One
that works out.
Saturday a month.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, of course, a morning Mac show got to be in the house. We got to be in full effect to make it do what it do. And I know Michelle would love to get on up there and cut up with me. I'm gonna have her at one of my dances. I'm gonna start dancing. I'm gonna start rapping myself. I'm gonna break it down with the bars.
You got F and funny.
Yeah, we got F and funny, and the F don't stand for funny. F stands for FUN. Well, how we say it's going to FOK, Falk and funny.
Fucking funny.
Yeah, because we don't want to say it the other way. We want to, because she got a New York accent, you know,
Yeah,
and
she
all that, an
Egan.
Italian accent.
Yeah, she
So.
Egan. She's some kind of Tommy Egan.
Exactly. Well, Tommy was Irish. Michelle's Italian. She'll fight you if you don't recognize her Italian roots. She
Mhm.
almost jumped out the car and whipped my ass yesterday. So I'm Italian. I'm Italian, bitch. I'm Italian. I said, oh, okay, white girl. Okay, calm down. I'm not Caucasian. I'm Italian. Okay, you're 97.9 Italian, 1.4 Ashamani Jew or
It
something like
sound
that.
like she got some nigga in her too.
Yeah, and
She
she got
scream.
she got points up. I'm like, okay, Michelle.
It's
She's like,
Yogi,
what are you
man.
talking about? I'm like, okay.
What's
She
up, Yogi? Yogi in here. He transferring all that black energy, man.
and she bringing that Italian energy. Don't tell her she anything but Italian. She was ready to fight you. I was like, okay, calm down.
Yeah, MP,
But
my girl, though, man. I
but yeah,
cannot say Pucciarelli, so I used to keep calling her MP. But now I say Pucciarelli. I still say
Pucciarelli.
MP.
It's like you saying Poochie. Pooch.
Yeah, I know a Poochie too. Well, I knew a Poochie. He passed.
Mm-hmm. And I say it's funny because your name is Pucc, will make people say who. I said so the CC make the
Yeah.
sound.
I
He
got
was like, yeah,
Kenneth Clark, the Reverend.
yes, Kenneth Clark, Dr. Clark.
Sliggy Woo in here.
Good morning, bro. Oh, I got all my brothers in the house. We got Yogi, Kenneth, Wu, all my brothers. I got all my brothers with me. We got some more men in the house.
Nah, not yet. Butterman probably slide in, Ron, Don, Monty. I send everybody the link.
Yes, and speaking of Monty, I'm gonna do some name dropping. Donnell Rollins was at because my boy Alabama invited me down to the Baltimore Comedy Factory, but I'd already had prior plans for a prior engagement with Tony Woods and friends. But I did not know over the weekend they were shooting Darnell Rollins special. Dave Chappelle was shooting the Netflix special. I think it's Netflix special. One of them specials.
Yeah,
Darnell Rollins was
Donnell.
about to do.
Yeah.
Huh?
Nah, I like Donnell Rollins.
I do too. Oh, and for those of y'all who don't know, Darnell Rollins is well known for being Ashy Larry off the Dave Chappelle show. Ashy Larry was my character, but Darnell Rollins is funny as hell. And then if y'all don't know, for the people that don't know about Dave Chappelle show, Ashy Larry, I know y'all know about the cousin, what's you call him,
Lamar,
cousin off of BMF,
Lamar cousin.
Lamar cousin, the one that coroner, the one that got jacked
The
up and
one
thrown in the
that the
floor.
more they be working on them baddies.
They called Blackie a dog and got jacked up and about to beat up because he called Blackie a dog. Apologize to Blackie. I'm sorry, Blackie. That damn Lamar that damn Lamar was crazy.
He's
But
still
Darnell played the cousin. I would have killed Lamar ass. I would have been poisoned him and that daggone Blackie. But that's just me. That's what I invented.
he ain't scared to die. He wanted that, you know.
I don't know if he wanted that because his daughter, but woo, BMF. The first season, that's the second season. It's the BMF is finished, but y'all need to go back and watch that shit. It made me mad about to jump through the screen. I'm like, I know it's TV.
Killed his daughter mother. That nigga ain't seeing her no more.
And he was singing that song, and look, and Darnell said he could tell her, "Mommy can't come to the phone. She in the shower." He said, "Mommy can't come to the phone because you killed her. You killed her, nigga." That's why she can't come to the phone because she did. That was some deep stuff. We can't say too much without giving the whole thing all over the way, man. All over the way. Man, I've been so busy. I've missed my shows. You know, we got Ghost 2 back with Tariq and them. I gotta catch up on my shows and I hear Ruthless is back. Tyler Perry's Ruthless. I love Ruthless. I love all the Queen's Men. Yes, yes, I do. I mean, I had certain shows that I watched for certain days, and like She-Hulk. She-Hulk, is she back, Marley?
Mm-mm.
We used to watch the Marvels, and they're not gonna bring her back.
Yeah, but she gonna be in something else. You know, that was their way of introducing her to Marvel. So she pop up in a movie, you know who she is.
Okay, okay. So anything Marvel or DC Comic Universe that you want to know, my man Molly Mall got the answer. I don't know how he got the insight. I swear, I think the nigga one of the mystery writers. I tell you, I know he. I really do think Molly be writing for Marvel, do the comic strips and
Marvel
stuff.
be into
Stan
Marvel,
Lee.
Star Wars and Marvel, man. That's my shit, man. Cause they was talking about things that's going on now. They already was talking about cloning and robots and like how the fuck was they talking about this way back then? Star Wars old, you know, so it's weird that they was already fighting against the clones. You got robots fighting clones because all of them want to be real, and it's crazy. That's what we building now: clones and robots. So I'm like, damn, they was ahead of their time. So they was. I watched the movies just to see what's to come. They be having viruses on there that be destroying whole world. Yeah, I be like, damn, this the same shit going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Spaceships. They call UFOs, but on there it's just a normal craft. But other planets be like, what was that? They think it's aliens because they never experienced none outside of that realm. But it's people out here that go from this place to that place. So I like watching
I do too,
different.
Molly. I do too. The kids know the truth before the adults would. Speaking of knowing some truth, I got a couple of videos. I don't know if y'all they ready for it. They gonna be mad at me if I show these videos, Molly. You know they are, right?
NBI, the NBI, the
It's
internet might.
Monday Madness. I mean, piss a couple of people off.
Mm-hmm.
Enoch might be telling the truth. Now, we have been told that the Book of Enoch was taken out in the 4th century because it wasn't accurate to the original scriptures. But
I
what if
can't
that
hear
wasn't
it.
the
Can you?
case? What if it was about
It
humanity?
sounds a little low to me.
You
I thought
see,
that was just
it's
me.
described in the book about how a group of angels known as
Mm.
the Book of
They
Enoch
done
Yeah,
put the
that's me.
might be
volume
telling.
down. They done messed
Now,
it
we've
up.
been told that the Book of
Oh,
Enoch
cut your
was taken out in
laptop
the
up.
4th
What is
century
that?
because it wasn't accurate to the original scriptures. But what if that
It's
wasn't the
up all the
case?
way.
What if it was because it told the
No,
truth
too.
about humanity?
I can hear it,
You see,
but not as
it's
Can
loud.
the
described in
audience
the book
hear it?
how a group of angels known as the
They
Watchers
would let us know.
started rebelling against God and began teaching humans things that they weren't supposed to know, like astrology and creating weapons of mass destruction. Not only did they do that, but they began laying with human women, which resulted in the birth of the Nephilims. Some argue that the book was false, but with the accounts of the way the world was shaped, the sun and the moon, and even the current location of the Watcher Angels, maybe the book of
I don't know, Dad.
Another time. Is the other video low like that too?
I'm about to see.
We're about to get it right for y'all. Don't even worry about it. And I'll tell you what it's about. It's about the book of Enoch. It's out of the 4th century. Why did they feel that they had to take that information out of the Bible? They thought it was too much. I thought we wasn't supposed to add or take away or omit anything out of the Bible, but Constantine felt it, or the King James Bible felt it was unnecessary for all the books to be in there, I guess. And man decided if this was a written, inspired by God, then everything should be included. This is just my thoughts. I'm trying to figure out, but I can't find a Christian to tell me differently. A leader, and they would tell you yes, you do got to go back and read those, uh like Pastor Geno Jennings. His Bible got all of those books in it. But a lot of today's pastors and reverends and stuff would use only the King James version. So you got the Book of Jubilees missing, the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jasper. Is a bunch of different books that's missing. And my only question is, why are they only teaching us part of the story? They're only teaching us what they want us to know. They're only programming us and giving us the information to keep us submissive and enslaved to that word. If you ain't gonna follow the law of the land, then you gotta follow God law, right? But if it's missing, you're not giving me all of the laws. You only telling the story or narrating it to fit what you want to say. And if you're going to teach me, I want to know it all, whether it's good, bad, indifferent. Because the thing about the truth, Pharrell Williams says it best to me. The thing about the truth, it'll set you free, but first it'll piss you off. Piss me off. It's okay. Let me get mad. Let me, because I can get over that. You know, so that was the Monday Madness. Great about that, about the missing books, and when it comes to religion. Religion is for man. I'm a spiritual person. I believe in God. Yes, I do. I'm a spiritual being. But religion, you got so many different religions. That's for man. Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism. Okay, those are the heathen religions, they say, because they say that if you're not Muslim, Jewish, or Christian, if you don't follow those three religions, this is the definition of heathens. Now, if you don't follow Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, then that means you're heathens. If you don't follow the religion or the law of Abraham, the God of Abraham and Moses, then you're heathens. So that means if you all those believe in anything else other than the bosom of Abraham, because that's what Christianity, Judaism, and Islamic faith all have in common, is it's the same Abraham. They have when you read the Abraham, the same Abraham is it's the same Abraham. Okay. And that just let me know that they was once on the same path. I don't know if it's right or wrong and different, but they was once on a path, and then some people got mixed up with the stories, and they decided to break off. They all believed it up to Abraham. Then the Judaism said, okay, the Messiah never came. Islam saying Jesus wasn't the Messiah. Christianity said Jesus is the Messiah. Now, it's funny because I had a conversation with somebody that was Islam. The Quran does mention Jesus. I had to take it to one of my friends that was Islam, because he said Jesus isn't in the Quran. He is. He's a regular prophet. And he was mentioned, and he was like, how you know? I had to do a study. I had to take a class when I was in college called World Religion. And that's when we learned about different religion, not on a religious platform, but on an educational platform, to help enlighten us. And it was very, very interesting in what they were saying and doing and talking about, And if you just tuning into the Morning Mac Show, this is Monday Madness, where we talk about anything that grinds our gears or get on our nerves and all that good stuff. This is the Monday Madness where, you start off that work week, you got something on your mind, boom, drop it here. We'll listen to you. We'll let you decipher and figure that stuff out. And please, you guys, I see you guys out there. Please like, comment, and share. And if you don't want to comment, still give us the thumbs up and share the video. So that's how we do. Supposed to do each one, teach one. Let's go viral like the corona, y'all.
They about to flag. just for saying it.
It's just for saying it. Like
Um,
Rona. How about that? We say Rona.
everybody study all types of religion. I'm okay with. I used to study the Christian faith, Muslim faith, and Buddhism. Anything I can get my hands on, I like to study all religions. But the one thing I really started studying was fucking common sense. You know, like the letter J didn't even exist more than like 400 years ago. It's new, and I know that because my name's Jamal, and I had to do a whole history on where Jamal came from and da da da. I was like, dang, it was switched over. Like at one point, my name wasn't even spelled with a J because the J never existed at the time.
Exactly.
So I'm like, Jesus started with a J. Jacob, Joshua, John. I'm like, what the hell? Like these names just came about. So a lot of people just take on somebody else's faith and they go along with it. But me, I just like what makes sense. Do it make sense that a guy can get seven pairs of animals to come on a boat, from all over and get that? Like, do that make sense? Somebody walking on water, but they be like, well, that's what make him God. I'm like, well, I read Harry Potter books. He did a lot of amazing things in them books, but that don't make it true because it was in a book. They just stories that's passed down, but they metaphors. A lot of them good metaphor, and they can help you in real life. But if you don't know the true meaning of it or what they trying to tell you, then you will forever be lost. And it's smart by them, to keep us where we at, mentally enslaved by giving,
Hmm.
they giving us their religion. They giving us old religion. It don't matter what religion, as long as you subscribe to something. It,
But they, but Molly, they tampering with it because they're not giving us the whole truth. Like they're not giving us the book of Jasper, the book of Enoch, because that will like put a ding in everything that they trying to portray over here. You know, so
yeah,
they trying to adjust the history. That's like what they trying to do now. They trying to adjust our history and omit the point that they had enslaved African over here and selling you on the chopping block and all that. They trying to omit that out of history. They trying to adjust it.
but
They
they
ain't giving
sure
you the
did.
whole date for the people to come. If our generation don't stop it, if they pass that law where they saying that they don't want you to learn about systemic racism and you can't learn that, it's like is there going to be like people trying to learn the Bible? Remember how the Christians had to hide to learn the Christianity? So it's going to be wild.
That's the
You
thing,
omitting people truth, you omitting people history, and I think that's what the Bible definitely has been adjusted.
and that's
Definitely,
the thing. You're an author, right?
yes, sir, yes, sir.
So you wrote a book. How would you like your book inside another book with 400 other books? Do that make sense? These
Yeah.
books don't belong in the Bible because they're a separate book. So everybody be like, it's books missing out the Bible. Like
Oh,
the
when they say
Bible
books,
is
I
supposed
guess.
to be a book. Nah, they really books. All these are books put into the Bible. These are a bunch of books all put into one. So they just took all these different joints and just put it into one book. And then when you separate it, people like, well, they's missing out the Bible. No, it didn't belong in there. Somebody put it in the Bible, then they took it out. But we keep forgetting that man wrote it. It don't matter what they took out, put in. If something missing out a Harry Potter book, just because it's missing 3 pages, but I'm missing something, it's still fictional. Somebody created this. Somebody created these characters. Somebody created these stories up, and they was human just like us. They bleed just like us, but they used it to control people. Like Christians been man slaves for a long time, and they used this book for a long time, and that was the only book they was able to read. They would only teach them how to read the Bible. Anything outside of that, they didn't care to teach them. And you had some people that read the Bible. No, they were sneaking to read anything but the damn Bible. That's all they preached to them was the Bible. Reading to them, take them to church. You took your slave to church and make you look good. Then once your slave started to learn scripture, that make you even look even better. So it was cool for them, but it wasn't really about that. It's just when they start learning how to read the Bible, they start to learn how to read other things. With everything else said, that's anything. If you not read one book, you should be able to not read another one. And they was trying to keep them from reading other books that really tell them where they from. I'm just like, I don't care what's missing out the Bible because the Bible is not real anyway. You know, it's a guideline. You know, it's metaphors. It's a lot of men with the universe, but it ain't no real people. Like a lot of these people didn't even exist. There's no tombstones for these people, no burial sites for these people. It's just amazing to me that they gave grown people a new Santa Claus, and we take it on. You know, his birthday, everything is the 25th, just like Santa. And once you become an adult, you don't believe in Santa no more. Oh, he getting too old. We gonna give him Jesus, and that's the only thing. It just most people don't grow out of the big Santa. They never do.
And those are the views and opinions of Molly. The
Yeah.
our Thea A.M. morning, I see it slightly different, but I get what he's saying. But I think there's more to it than that, because I think for when they take stuff out, whether it's a story made up, I want the director's cut. I want the uncut funk. I want the bomb. Give me whoever put it together. What were they thinking? They cut it up later. We later on the editing floor. But I want to know the director's cut. I want the first manuscript when you're writing. Like, oh, what was you writing about?
Mhm.
Oh, that's just me. That's because I'm a nosy individual. My aunt, my family tell me you are nosy. I was one of those little kids that asked my grandparents question. I was one of those kids that wanted to know what their life was like. My aunt say you're nosy. I don't know if that's being nosy or intuitive. I want to know the story so I can pass it down later.
Yeah.
See, I know more about, for example, I know more about their parents or grandparents than they do because I asked. You wouldn't say you have not because you asked not. I'll be sitting up there asking 50 million questions. And then they used to say, "Let's
Mhm.
go somewhere and play." I was one of them kids. They start talking to you, and then they was like, "Oh Lord, did this child ever shut up? Go somewhere and play." I was that child. But then I come back and ask another question.
So you think if Slat asked you questions about your grandparents, he would know more about them than you? Because you
Um,
asking them questions, you would never know more because they giving you the answers. What do you know that they didn't tell you?
their people's names. They never asked who were you did you have siblings? They never asked the aunts and uncles. They never asked for their names. They never, my aunt said that they didn't care about this stuff. They
Yeah.
didn't care about the aunts and uncles. But I was like, well, where's your sisters? And what is their names? And what is your grandmother's name? Did you see your grandfather? What did he look like? What did your grandmother look like? What was her name? Did she have sisters? That kind of stuff. My aunt and them said that they didn't care. They never asked those questions because it was just different.
Yeah.
And I was just one of those kids, that asks questions. If you don't, and I asked her, I said if great grandma could make the potions and help and cure people, grandma, how come you can't do it? She said, you know what? Because I never asked mama, because mama said that if she ever told it, she wouldn't be able to do it no more. And my grandmother said, I didn't ask her that before she passed. She said, I wish I would have had her remedies and her cures for a lot of stuff. She said, I just never asked her that. But me, I was asking grandma, how you fix that? How you cure that? What's that for? What's that for? See, that's the difference. They know sometimes
You
kids just
shouldn't
want to
have
be
to ask
kids.
as a kid. You shouldn't have to ask them to teach you anything. White kids don't have their parents teach me how to run a business. They say you gonna learn how to run this business. You gonna learn how to do this. So that's where we gotta stop in black communities. Like it's a lot of people don't know how to cook in my family, like my grandmother and my mother and them, because they ain't care to learn. But my mother didn't make care to teach them. But it was forced upon them. Hearing the stories like they was had to go in the kitchen with the woman. They had to learn how to do this and do that. But
Right,
not in our generation. We don't make our kids learn the things that we learn so they can pass it on. We give them the option to have to ask, and that's a no no. Like anything I know now, I tell my daughter. And even if she ain't interested, she gonna learn anyway later on. It's gonna help you on in life. But I think
right.
we got to get out of that waiting on kids to ask us our history instead of just telling us.
Teaching it to them. You
Hmm.
right. You know what? You are absolutely right. And I think that if we did more of the teaching instead of waiting for them to ask, that we will help mold a different generation, you know, than what's coming up behind us. Because you right, the kids don't ask nothing. Like I was teaching my cousins and them how to play hand games. This is how we entertained ourselves. This is we jumped double dutch. How to show them. They didn't know what a double dutch was. Kids these days don't know how to play and be kids. That's why the playgrounds are empty, because nobody's teaching the children how to play now. Everything is on the video game. Everything is on the virtual. Everything is on the grid. Man, when I was little, my aunt taught me how to keep myself busy. Taught me how to play. I was in the kitchen. Grandma, what you cooking? Oh, how do I make this? And she said, "I'ma show you." She showed, but these kids, they don't want to know. Like, Mom, this chicken good. How you make this chicken so good? What's the recipe? Kids don't even think about that because they want chicken nuggets. They like, give
Mhm.
me nuggets, give me your fries. I know how to put that in the oven. Bam, it's made.
Yeah, man.
So you right. You are
Change.
absolutely right, Molly. Kids is not interested in stuff like, well I can only speak for me, what I was interested in. And because I was a busybody, know it all, try to get the knowledge. I always told my son, knowledge is power. Try to learn as much as you possibly can about everything that you possibly can. I'm not a mechanic, but I know how to change a tire. I'm not a mechanic, but my father showed me how to test my oil and how to add oil to the car. I'm not a mechanic, but he showed me certain things so I can maintain the vehicle until I can get it to the mechanics and stuff. You
Yeah,
know, but nowadays you ask a normal person, do you know? Do you know? Or don't nobody know because everything is done for them. They
yeah.
look on their car. I see my oil. Everything is electronic. Everything is done. They don't know how to do stuff the old fashioned way. You know, they wouldn't know how to use a rotary phone. If you set one of
Hmm.
them phones in front of them, they'd be like, "How you press this?"
Yeah, man. Seen that. Kids was trying to use the phone. They father told them they give him like $500 if they can call his phone off that, and they didn't know how. The whole time they was doing it right, but they never picked up the phone. They never knew you had to pick up the phone first, then dial. They dial it, and then they pick the phone up. I was
Because
like,
they
this
probably ain't never
crazy.
heard a dial tone. What's this noise? It's broke. It's making a noise. It's going to. Oh, that's
It's
broke.
like,
Hang that
yeah,
up. It's broke.
these youngins there. Somebody sent me a clip like the other day. Was asking me to share this joint, how the times has changed with the kids and how we had to like your parents had to drag you in the house, to come in with the street lights and stuff on. Now you gotta drag kids out the house, like go play, like go outside or something. But I'm gonna share this clip. I don't know if you can see it, Reese. You try to pull your eyes up close, cause this is a good one.
All right.
I don't know if you was able to see it, Reese,
It was
but it
like
was.
some cartoon or something.
Yeah, it's
You
so
can.
from passing to nowadays. Like how kids had to get dragged in the house, from outside playing to now you got to drag them outside to play. Then they had another one. I'm gonna let it keep sliding through because I don't know. You can see they had the drones. Kids was flying kites back in the day. Now they got these damn drones everywhere recording people. They had the blender and mixer. Now they got a kid sitting down on his laptop. That's all they do, just sit there and be reading shit on their laptop. And that's from back in the day. That's what old people do: sit down and watch their news, read the newspaper.
Read a newspaper or read a book.
Yeah, one or the other. So they saying time has changed. This one they had kids saving kids from drowning. Now they got a bunch of kids recording the kid as he drowning.
Mm, mm, mm.
Which you see a lot. They people videotaping people like nigga, you don't hop in there and go save them. So I'm gonna just let the clip keep playing.
They were
But
like, wait, don't die yet. Let me get my phone. Wait a minute. Don't go under yet. Don't go under. Try to
exactly,
cancel your last and let me get my phone. Wait a minute. You gonna be a world star. You gonna be famous.
this is crazy. We cannot say. A lot of parents are working. They not available in the homes. They trying to get money to pay bills. Well, wasn't no bills didn't exist back in the day or something. I
Damn,
remember when
parents
I was
always
young,
work, Kenny.
bills.
Parents always work.
Yeah, bills was still due when I was young outside playing. You know.
Parents always work. What you talking about, baby?
Yeah, I hear a lot of that. People like, well, I be so busy. We got to work. Da da da. Like nigga, parents been working. I know when I was young, they was working. We was still outside having fun.
Mm-hmm. Your chores better be done before your mama came home from work. Ain't nothing stop. Ain't no, if you was allowed to go outside, if you had older brothers and sisters that could watch you while your mom and them away. But I was the oldest, so I had to watch my other two sisters while my mother was away. And we still had to entertain ourselves. We didn't have this to convenience. We are taking we're abusing technology. It's gotten so lazy. We don't even remember numbers anymore. We used to be able to remember everybody number. You could get your grandma number, or your mama work number, everything off the top of your head, right? We don't know that stuff no more.
Them days over.
It, you know, oh, where my phone? Where my phone? If you lose your phone, you done lost everybody number, all your contacts.
I hated a phone. My grandmother bought me a phone when I was like 12, 11. Nah, shit, I was younger than that because she died when I was 12. Yeah, I had to be like 10. She bought me a Motorola phone. And she's like, I'm gonna call you whenever she need me to do something. She'd call me. I could be outside down the street anyway. I need you to go to the store. I was like, man, like I need you to come in the house. It's getting late, so I had like this thing on me. I felt like a leash, because my brothers and my sister was older than me, but she ain't trust them with a the phone. They weren't responsible enough. So for some reason, I'm the only responsible one. But even though I'm only like 10, I was like, I hated that phone. I used to try to leave it in the house on the charge. Be like, I forgot my phone, grandma, man. She's like, no, you don't. Don't forget it this time. But man, nowadays you need the phone. You definitely want your kids to have a phone. Can't imagine my daughter going out without a way of contacting us. I don't even trust kids outside no more. It be too much shooting going on. I don't mind them sitting in the house playing the game unless it's a safe environment somewhere. I'd rather them be like on a football team, baseball team, be part of some type of program that got them active instead of just being outside in the streets playing like we used to do growing up. Because I just think it ain't safe.
And by us not getting our children active, we're raising obese Americans. The children need to run around and play and everything. Everybody in the multiverse, the universe, and they, no, go outside and get physical contact with something other than a computerized program or chip. You know, go on. That's that humanity. That's that fellowship. We're going out and play with the kids in the neighborhood. When I was coming up, we knew everybody on our street, right? It's not like that. Now kids don't know all the kids on the street. People don't know everybody like we used to because we used to get to know our neighbors, and we played together and stuff. It's not like that now. Everybody's in the house minding their business. It's like everybody is like to themselves. It's
Yeah.
not a neighborhood anymore. You notice that, Mom?
Ain't a village no more. But these
Yeah.
just, I don't know, they different. The boys different a lot these days. The girls get more aggressive, but the boys, because we weren't easily influenced by young artists. Like we was influenced by the older rappers, Master P and the No Limit, Snoop Dogg. They was a lot older than us, so we'd listen to the things they said, Young Jeezy. But we want to listen to Lil Wayne shit he was saying when he was a little kid, when he was like 13 cussing. We found it funny. And we just like, we don't care what he say, you know. But nowadays, these little kids can be 16 rapping, and they grow an influence. They get millions of followers. So you got 16-year-olds is basically role models for 12-year-olds, which is not a good role model, you know. So I just think that the kids today, it started with Bow Wow and Romeo with the little girls, which made sense. The little girls had some little boys to look after,
And don't
but
forget
we didn't
crisscross.
care. Yeah, we didn't care about no damn little Bow Wow and Romeo. The little boys didn't. You know, we weren't going to flock over to see them, but the little girls, they was. But now the little boys are flocking over to go see little young rappers, the little boys, you know. So it just be amazing, like, and they do what they do, you know. This little 16 talking about bang bang shoot shoot. He's still growing. NBA young boy finally trying to turn his life around, but he was only like 16 years old talking about the things he talking about. As an adult, you hear, you like, dog, you didn't even live long enough to do half the shit you saying you did. You like, you ain't even been around, you know. But he just telling the story. It can be anybody's story, but the kids don't know that. And now he see how much influence he had on the youth. He stopped talking about violence and stuff in this song. He don't want to do it no more. But he already done made damn near $1 billion. What the company did.
And that's the progression of the music, because if you take a group like when I was coming up, we had crisscross. Crisscross wasn't talking about banging and shooting. These was little kids, little 12, 11-year-old, and it influenced it, but the message was different. Look at Musical Youth, a bunch of 9, 10. That's when Wayne Wonder started. The message was different. They wasn't talking about bang bang killing and I want you and all that other stuff. They was talking about being hungry. Musical Youth. Chris Cross was talking about somebody trying to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. Somebody trying to rhyme, but they can't rhyme like this. Boom. Somebody trying to rhyme. Then we was talking about clothes and rapping and rhyme. Even when you go back to LL Cool J, I can't live without my radio. He was hardcore rapping about a damn radio.
Yeah,
He was
I
talking about the JVCs for baked to concrete. He was talking about we was talking about different messages back then versus the messages that they're getting now.
yeah,
It's just like, ooh.
yeah, they ain't had the influence on y'all just yet. Y'all was smelling the cheese. See, a lot of them, we plan for a day or two, maybe a year. They plan for 30 years at a time, 50 years. So they was planning on, okay, we can get the influence with this rap music. Then once we know we got them, we can change it and get influence to what we want them to do and we want them to say. But right now, we got to make them want to be artists. We got to make them want to be rappers, be like LL and all the people you name. But then when they got in there, they said, you ain't rapping about this, you can't be here. So people started changing. Oh yeah, NWA, F the police. It felt like a movement, but at the same time, they was talking about drug, gang banging, and killing, and this and that, and they was pushing it through. And they seen that people was doing what they do. People was following it.
Did you know they got mad because there's a lot of white kids used to follow NWA? A
They
whole
still
lot of the
do.
audiences and stuff. When you looked at they show, we was like, and that's why. And they was saying F the police. They was saying anti-government messages. That's why they got upset, because NWA didn't have a following. Like Public Enemy was strong. Public Enemy was powerful. Public Enemy was giving you a message that delivered, straight to your dome. But he wasn't saying screw the police. Public Enemy was saying you can't trust it. You can't trust the system. It's a systemic system. It's set up to, it was saying the different messages. NWA was saying we're going in the El Camino. We're going that East Coast rap. That was violent. They was doing the drive-bys. They was doing the banging, the gang banging. They was not only was they going to F the police, they was going to undead some people. They was really trying to cancel out some stuff, and people started feeling that and feeling like that, and started, because they was gangsters. NWA, Easy and them, they was gangsters.
Yeah, Easy was. I don't know about the rest of them. They was pretending.
Yeah, but he was, the head of, so it was different. And then Bone Thugs and Harmony, they came later. Is that more your generation, more Bone Thugs? Yeah, because that was Justin's generation. You and Just, and they was singing and rapping. They was talking about the stuff that was going on. I didn't hear them rap about canceling Christmas for people too much. I heard them rapping about, it's the first of the month. I see you at the crossroads. That they gonna miss their loved ones, their family, and it's all good. I heard them rapping about the hustle, but not so the murking part of it. You know, I'm using all code and slang so not to get us blocked off. Because certain words they be like, oh, that's what I mean. Certain,
Emily Brown in here, DJ Sliggy Woo said they did not influence me at all.
Me either, Slick.
Gangstar. Studio had Sliggy had to come up at that time when DJing was hot, when everybody was mixing down and they was doing verses, your DJ versus my DJ, we gonna cut it out. Y'all was influenced. Everybody wanted to be a DJ around that time.
Man, that's when they had all them daggone records. We used to carry. I wanted to be a DJ, but them crates was too heavy to carry on the bus to the party. They used to have Davis DJ, and they would go around in the van teach you how to do a DJ. Man, DJing is so simpler now because you got a laptop. You got all them records that you would have carried in your crate. All in your laptop. That's a good thing about technology. Because I'm telling you, Molly, a crate of records is heavy. See these albums and stuff I got? Imagine. Hold up.
Kind of curry around this.
Imagine. Look, this is still in the plastic. So y'all know this is still brand new vintage and stuff in the plastic. You carried around a bunch of vinyl. This stuff is heavy. This stuff is heavy. Y'all see Morris Day, the vinyl, the records, and this is what it looked like. A bunch of discs like this. And we took the needle, set it on the record. Look, REESE is old school. I still got my records, my cassettes. Only thing I don't got now is my 8-track tapes. Because I don't got an 8-track player. But I got my cassette tapes because I still listen to my cassettes. I got my DVDs and I got my albums.
Yeah, the machine does the work now. That's what Slicky said.
The machine does yup, Slick, with all the work. But it was hard for us back then trying to carry all of that stuff around. That wasn't easy at all. So it had to change up the game. Who is this that I'm looking at? Y'all know about these people? Y'all don't know about the Daz Band? And I just happened to pick up Morris Day in the time. And this is still look how cheap an album was. $2.99 for a full different. Y'all see that?
$3.
You see it's still in the plastic, everything. Man, I got some vintage stuff. That's what I'm saying. Don't nobody break in my house even try to take my stuff either.
It's too late. It's too
Look,
late.
I gotta hide my albums. I remember when Ron was like, "REESE, you could sell them albums. You need to give me them albums." I'm like, and I'm not. That's a forever not.
She said, who that Cam said, do you have a record player?
Yeah.
Yep, it's right there. She got the new version.
Got the cassettes go here on the side. My CDs in the front. Yeah, I do. I used to have the big component set with the speakers and all like that. But my speakers blew. I got mad trying to stick them up in the back. So I got that, and then I hooked that up to my big speakers. Yes, ma'am, I do. Y'all, look, I'm old school. But one day it's going to be worth something. It's worth something to me now.
Slicky said he got them and more, so we know where to get them from, Slicky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, be careful. REESE gonna bite you out.
And hold up.
You done got her started, Slicky, man.
A cassette. Whew. We used to make our cassettes. For those y'all who don't know what a cassette is, see this?
Front to back.
We used to have to take a pencil and sometime and roll it back up. This would get stuck in the machine. We'd eat our cassette up. stuff. This is a cassette. Ooh, I don't feel like digging for the 45s. I showed y'all what an album looked like. Those was the
Mhm.
33s. I had 45s, 33s, and I used to have some 78s. But as y'all can see, music history. But it's that time for us to bring our show to an end. This was another edition of the Morning Max Show. Oh man, did y'all, Molly? You took me back. You look. I had to show the people what we used to do back in the day, honey. I had to show the people, Molly. They ain't look. They wasn't ready for that. They wasn't ready. They wasn't ready for Showtime at the Apollo. Yes. And all of y'all know what CDs and DVDs look like. I ain't got to tell y'all that. But that was before CDs and DVDs. Before it was the cassette tapes. And we loved our cassette tapes, baby. And
Yeah.
I got a whole bunch of VHS, Kim. Yes, I do. I don't have no Betamax because Beta went out. I got the VHSs.
Yeah,
So
I remember those days. Girl, you ain't that old. You remember them days, girl. Kim don't.
just remember them days. You should remember them days too. Shoot, my son remember them days because we were still used. That wasn't too far gone. That wasn't that far ago. But yeah, I got to give everybody some good energy tonight. I'm going to be in Falls Church, Virginia, at Farouk's Lounge. Man, y'all need to come on out there. It's free to get in. It's free to watch the show, and you never know who's going to stop in there. Everybody be in there. It's a hookah lounge. It's hookah. Yeah. So that's it. I'm tired, Molly. I ain't gonna sleep to 6 this morning.
Yeah.
Trying to get my body settled.
Yeah, good show, good show. Reese Reed, appreciate y'all for tuning in. I Kim, Kenna. Yeah, I remember the MP3 player. Kimberly said,
I got one.
where's that located?
Farouk's Lounge. Um, they want to say Falls Church, but it's not that far. It's like 20 minutes from us. It's in Virginia
And we can get you the address.
at the strip mall. Farouk's, Fairrouz. Farouk's Lounge. It's a hookah bar. Yep. Where you get your drinks, your food, people sitting there, uh, laughing and all that good stuff. Latif Idris is the host of that room, but because Latif, he's an MMA fighter, so Latif is out doing his thing. We have in place of Latif, Q. Yeah, Q and Charlie G. Y'all come on out and get your laughs on. And like I said, it's open mic, and people that want to recite poetry, you want to get up there in front of your peers, or maybe not your peers, and talk about, do whatever, tell your jokes, read your poetry, whatever. It's an open mic. You could do that.
Whatever, Lee.
Yes.
Open mic, y'all. Make it out there if y'all got time. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We catch y'all tomorrow, same time, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m.
10:30 to 11:30 p.m. Yes.
Love y'all.